Making my way down towards the jawline. Ooh, we love to see that. If you have unwanted facial hair or peach fuzz, then shaving your face is an easy way to remove it. But there are definitely some mistakes that I see people make, so I'm going to give you all of my tips to get the best result. If you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Sam Ellis, and I'm a board-certified medical and cosmetic dermatologist in Northern California. I'm here to help you understand your skin and find products that work for you. So if that sounds good, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. At this point in my life, I've been shaving my face for over 10 years, I want to say. I mean, not like every week, but periodically. And the reason I shave my face is because I get these little bitty peach fuzzes, also known as vellus hairs on my face. And in my day-to-day interactions, I don't actually notice them very much, but when I go to put on makeup, or if I'm out during the day and the sunlight hits my face just right, all those little tiny hairs just like, they're there, and I don't love that appearance. And so I shave my face periodically to kind of help that not show up when I'm outside, but also to help my makeup go on more smoothly and to help my skincare products apply better. So what I thought I'd do today is take you through my shaving routine from beginning to end and sprinkle in all my little tips and tricks that I have picked up along the way from personal experience as well as through my training as a dermatologist. Even though I tend to post my YouTube videos during the day, it is nighttime right now. I prefer to do my shaving routine in the evening because after I do my shaving routine, I just want to put on all the nourishing stuff, and I don't want to put on makeup or go out and see people. Shaving your face can be a little bit irritating, and I like having my nighttime, my bedtime, my sleeping to kind of recover from that, because even though shaving can be incredibly gentle, it still is a form of exfoliation on your skin, and especially if you have sensitive skin or are acne prone or have rosacea, shaving can actually flare your skin up temporarily. So I really like to have that rest period after I shave to just let things cool off a bit. So I guess we're at my first tip. If you have more sensitive or temperamental skin, try shaving at night. I think another benefit of shaving at night is you are less likely to be rushed. And we know that when we do things rushed, whether that's executing something for work or shaving our face, we are a lot more likely to make mistakes. And so you really want to be able to take your time, and doing this in the evening kind of allows for that, so that you not only do a thorough job, but they're also as gentle as possible with your skin. All right, let's get into the routine. The first thing we're going to do is cleanse our skin very thoroughly. Anytime we shave, we risk traumatizing the skin or even introducing a small nick or cut. So we want to make sure that we have cleansed the skin completely of bacteria or any problematic residue from the day, like makeup or dirt or your other skincare products. I'm going to be doing a double cleanse. It's almost like a triple cleanse actually, which I'll get to in a second. So I'm going to go in first with a cleansing balm. This is one by L'Occitane, which I've been loving lately, except that it has a little bit of scent that, you know, fragrance is always like hit or miss with people. So I'm going to grab about that much and just warm it up in my hands first and start to melt down my makeup and sunscreen from the day. Now that that is thoroughly rubbed in, I'm going to add a little bit of water and rinse it off. Be right back. It's just amazing, like so effective. For the second step of my cleanse, I'm going in with my Cetaphil Hydrating Foaming Cream Cleanser. I've been reaching for this a lot lately. Just because you're going for a very effective cleanse doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be harsh or intense. So I'm gonna grab a pump of that, get a little water on my hands, and just remove any additional product. Okay, so that second step of the cleanse is done. I'm just going to gently pat my skin dry with a clean towel. I'm avoiding any harsh rubbing because that is exfoliation. And like I said before, shaving is exfoliation as well. And we don't need to do multiple types of physical exfoliation in one routine. And like I previously mentioned, sometimes I'll even do a third cleansing step, especially if you are new to shaving your face or new to double cleansing and you want to ensure that you actually got everything off that you thought. So what I do for that is I take my Bioderma micellar water. This is my favorite micellar water. And I'm just going to put a little bit of it on a cotton pad and swipe it over my face one more time to ensure there is no remaining residue. Great. that's a win. You also could take a little bit of alcohol on a cotton pad and swipe it over the face just to ensure that there's no additional residue and that you've really cleansed the face thoroughly. But not everyone's skin is going to tolerate an alcohol pad, and mine's feeling a little bit sensitive right now, so I'm not going there. The other tip I have for you when it comes to shaving your face is if you're doing it in the evening, it can also be nice to do it after a shower. When you take a shower and you expose your hair to a little bit of water and the heat, the hair will actually swell so that when you go to shave, you have a bigger target. Water also softens the hair, so it's easier to shave through and you're less likely to get things like irritation and ingrown hairs. Now that your skin is thoroughly prepped and cleansed for shaving, there are just a couple more things you want to have ready before you dive in. Number one is to make sure that you have really good lighting and that you are able to actually see your facial hair. So as a dermatologist, I absolutely loathe magnifying mirrors because I feel like they make people pick at their face and they make people pay attention to stuff that really no one else can see. But if you are a little bit visually challenged, a magnifying mirror can be helpful for shaving your face. You also, of course, need to have your razor ready to go. I really like using these eyebrow razors by the brand Tinkle. They're very affordable. It allows me to use a new blade every single time I shave my face, and that's very important because a lot of people are nervous about using a sharp blade, but you are actually much less likely to cut yourself, cause irritation, cause ingrown hairs, or things like folliculitis if you're using a sharp, fresh blade with every single shave. Now, at this point, you also have to decide if you're going to shave your face dry, sort of like a dermaplaning technique, and that is my personal preference, or if you're going to use some type of lubricant like a facial oil. I think if you're not that familiar with shaving your face or dermaplaning your face, it's worth trying both ways, without a lubricant and with a lubricant, and I'll show you both ways today as well so you can kind of get an idea of what might work best for your skin, but it takes a little bit of trial and error. I can give you all the tips and techniques that you want, but ultimately you're the one who has to do it and figure out what works with you and your skin. First, I'll show you how I shave on completely dry skin. So this is the razor up close. It has a little shield or guard on it, so you're gonna remove that. And you'll also notice that the razor has this little angle to it, and that makes shaving and holding your hand in the proper position a lot easier. The other thing you're going to want to do is grip the razor towards the end. This is going to allow you to shave while not applying a lot of pressure to the skin. We're really going to rely on the sharpness of the blade to cut the hair rather than pushing down on our skin, because that increases our risk of irritation and does not make the shave any more effective. When it comes to positioning the blade against the skin, you do not want it completely 90 degrees to the skin, nor do you want it completely parallel. You want it at about 45 degrees. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your skin completely taut with your other hand. So you want to use your other hand a lot here to generate some counter tension so that you're not shaving over loosey-goosey skin. And then you're going to do a downward motion with short, tiny, feathery strokes. Okay, here we go. Just making my way down towards the jawline. Ooh, we love to see that. Yep, what's in here is actually not just hair. Let's see if I can show you better. Maybe on my black background. It's not just hair. This is also like dead skin cells. So you're getting a little bit of exfoliation or dermaplaning when you're shaving this way. So I'm gonna keep going. I like to have like a damp cotton pad or an alcohol wipe with me, and I will just sort of, so you can see there's like a little bit of hair still hanging out on there. I'll just kind of wipe the blade off on that. So every time I'm doing a pass, I have a really fresh blade. So I'm just gonna move a little bit over from where I just shaved and do it all again. So good. I don't know why I find that so satisfying. Now, when you get to the upper lip, these areas around the nose and stuff can be a little bit tricky. So I either like to tuck my lips in, or again, like pull a little bit downward on my face. You do not have to worry about pulling downward on your face temporarily. That's not gonna make you sag more or have more wrinkles. That would be like the opposite. It would be like, oh, if I just push up on my face a little bit, all my sagging will go away. It's not gonna affect it. All right, my peach fuzz mustache is gone. You do wanna make sure that you're not shaving over active acne. So for example, on this side, I have a couple of hormonal breakouts. So when I get to that side, I'm not going to shave directly over any acne bumps. Where you shave on your face is totally up to you. Some people only want to shave their cheeks and sort of their upper lip area. Some people want to do their chin and their forehead as well, between their brows. The only place I really don't shave on my own face is my nose, because yes, I might have a little bit of hair there, but It does not bother me. And just getting this around the contours of the nose, we're asking for trouble. So one side of my face is complete and it is so smooth. All right, so for the other side, I'm gonna show you how I do it with a lubricant. So I'm gonna go in with a facial oil. You could use a little bit of a facial cleanser and kind of do it with like a wet technique, the way you would kind of do traditional shaving, but I think a facial oil is nice. So I'm gonna use the one by Bubble. This is their Float On Soothing Facial Oil. I don't use facial oils personally a whole lot, but I think this is a really nice use for one. Oftentimes if I get sent a facial oil in PR or something like that, I'll use it around my hands and my cuticles. I'm gonna grab a little bit of oil here. It's a nice thin oil. I'm just gonna get the skin a little bit lubricated. We're gonna do the same thing. So I'm left-handed, so I'm going in with my left hand again. The alternative to this would be to use my non-dominant hand and come across my face this way. So whatever hand you feel like you have the best control with is the one you're gonna wanna use to shave your face. So similar, 45-degree angle. I'm just doing the little strokes. So same result. Got some gunk off, but you can see it's all held together by the oil. Anytime I talk about shaving, people ask, will this cause my hair to grow back thicker? And I always say the same thing because it is the truth. It does not matter how many people comment on this video and say, not for me, my hair grew back thicker. Your hair will not grow back thicker if you shave it. There's no evidence that this happens. Hair growth starts at the root, which is way below the skin's surface. So manipulating the hair on the skin's surface by shaving the top of it, it has no effect on the growth itself. All right, the entire face has been shaved. It feels amazing. As you saw, I was shaving downward, basically in the direction of hair growth. That prevents things like ingrown hairs. It doesn't mean that you're never gonna get it or you're never gonna have a breakout after you shave, but that is a tip to minimize the potential irritation and problems. Once you shave your face, how you take care of your skin afterward is pretty much just as important as how you prepared your skin for your shave. So what I like to do is, I know there's a little bit of like residue of dead skin cells and hair on my face after I shave. So I'm gonna take a little damp, clean cotton round. You could also use a really soft washcloth and just swipe it over my face to remove any residue, because I'm gonna go in and put some products on and I wanna just make sure that any shaved hairs that are sort of hanging out there aren't gonna get in the way of that. Before I go in and put on my final skincare, I'm going to use my red light LED mask because I'm extra like that. And if you do not know the benefits of red light LED, I have a whole YouTube video on it. I'm gonna use my Omnilux mask for this, tighten it up a little bit. Now, normally I would do this like in my bed, laying down with my eyes closed, but for demonstration purposes, and I'm gonna sit with this for 10 minutes, that's how long a session is. And I am essentially using this to decrease inflammation and redness in the skin, which of course shaving can cause. And once this sort of runs its 10-minute session, I'll come back here and I'll finish up my routine. I'm back, my skin is feeling smoothed and soothed, so I'm gonna go in with my final skincare step of my shaving routine, which is a moisturizer. I'm not putting on any exfoliating acid. I'm not using a retinoid tonight. You certainly could do either of those things. However, I find that if you have really sensitive skin, your skin's already a little revved up from the shaving, that might be too much. Now, if your skin is not irritation prone and you enjoy putting on like a chemical exfoliant after you shave or dermaplane, go for it. If you don't have a problem with it, do it. But because my skin is feeling a little bit temperamental, I'm gonna go in with just a gentle moisturizing step. I'm gonna be using the Replenix Anti-Aging Age Restore Brightening Moisturizer. Really nice sort of mid-weight moisturizer. Oh my God, my face is so soft. It feels so good. If you are prone to breakouts when you shave, or you've tried shaving before, like this, with like a little razor, and you notice you get all these little tiny bumps, it's worth talking to your dermatologist about it, because you might be getting a little bit of folliculitis or inflammation of the hair follicles. And we can often prescribe our patients things like topical antibiotics, such as clindamycin, or even some mild anti-inflammatory topicals to help you be able to tolerate this procedure. So just because you've tried it a few times and you have not had success, maybe strategize with your dermatologist so that this becomes an option for you. Have you tried shaving your face? Share some tips that helped you in the comments below. We can all learn and get better at this technique. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.